LG have been on a bit of a run recently with their UltraGear lineup of monitors through 2025, and it looks like that will continue throughout 2026 with their brand new lineup of 5K UltraGear monitors.
For a white guy.
I got a chance to take a first look at them at CES before we do our more in-depth reviews later in the year, and there are some really nice specs here. But first, a bit of a caveat. What was on display was pretty limited. I wasn't really allowed to touch these screens as they were all demonstrating specific features. Some were playing lower resolution video files, and even asking to see the OSD menu and ports on the back was a bit of a push at times, but I will show you what I was able to capture for each model. Now, their flagship model this year is the 39GX950B, also known as the LG UltraGear Evo AI GX9. This is a monitor that LG has made based on customer feedback, and according to my actual own comment section, this is a monitor that a lot of you are interested in, where they've balanced size this time with a less aggressive curve and a higher pixel density compared to last year's GX9. So this is a 39-inch 5K 2K display, so that means a very nice 5120 by 2160 resolution and at 142 pixels per inch. Now, this also runs on their stunning 4th gen Tandem OLED display with a shallower 1500R curve this year. And this is really what LG is going for this year with their lineup of 5K plus monitors, which they're giving the Evo branding to, which I'm just a big fan of. You've got sharper images, better pixel density. They say they're doing this for gamers who want that, high resolution and high performance gaming. But we all know that things like high resolution and higher pixel density is also hugely beneficial for productivity too. Plus, that 4th gen Tandem OLED technology means better protection against burn-in, as well as improved peak brightness, reaching up to 1500 peak nit brightness this year. Now, we reviewed one of LG's first 4th gen Tandem OLED monitors at the end of last year, so I will link down to that one in the description below. But essentially, 4th gen Tandem OLED introduces an additional layer, splitting the red, green and blue colors rather than grouping them together, which means you benefit from high brightness, more vivid color, and the theory is less chance of burn-in. So the 39-inch 5K 2K display is also dual mode, so that gives you 165Hz at full 5K resolution or 330Hz in full HD, both of them with a 0.03 millisecond grey to grey response time. You've got Display HDR True Black 500 certification and 99.5% DCI P3 coverage. There is one DisplayPort 2.1 ports, two HDMI 2.1 ports, plus a USB-C port with 90-watt power delivery. And also stick around until later on in the video, as I do want to dig into that DisplayPort 2.1 technology a little bit further. And then we have their new AI features, which run across all of their new UltraGear Evo lineup of monitors. Again, one of the features I wasn't really able to test ourselves. The first is the world's first 5K AI upscaling technology, which uses on-device AI to analyze and enhance content in real time and upscales this to 5K class resolution, even without a costly GPU upgrade. So this can take a device such as Nintendo Switch in full HD up to a 5K resolution. And in a world where GPU and memory prices are soaring, perhaps AI upscaling is the only way some of us will actually be able to experience those high resolutions and higher frame rate games. Now, they did have a demo on display where you can use the OSD menu to switch the AI upscaling from off to low and then high, which did make a noticeable difference in image quality from the trees and the road surfaces on the demonstration that they had playing. There are also two other AI features. There's AI scene optimization, which uses onboard AI processing to adjust settings, so switching between dark and contrasty gaming sessions to a bright white document doesn't require manual adjustments. And also AI sound optimization, which pulls out important sounds like team chat or footsteps away from background music on both speaker and headphone inputs, but I couldn't see a demonstration of these at the time. So this is definitely something I'm going to be testing fully when I get my hands on this monitor and all these monitors later this year, so do subscribe if you want to see that one, because this overall is a really nice display. That 1500 curved 4th gen tandem OLED display is so nice. Plus, the 5K 2K resolution means that this hits the sweet spot for many people who want a dual purpose like gaming and productivity monitor. Unfortunately, no pricing information is available yet for this, plus the other models on display, but they do say that they are targeting an April or May 2026 for release. Now next up, we have the smaller 27 GM950B, GM9 for short. And this model, they say, is the world's first 5K mini LED that solves the blooming issues, which it does by essentially removing the optical distance between the backlight and the panel. So this is a 27-inch 5K display, so still that nice 5K, 5120 by 2880 resolution, which is actually higher than the 39-inch model, which we just covered, and with 218 pixels per inch, which also means we're now at retina display levels of sharpness and pixel density. And with LG's new mini LED technology giving you superior brightness over OLED, so great for games such as, Cyberpunk with all this bright and contrasty scenes. Otherwise, it's a fairly similar situation. You've got dual mode 5K at 165 Hz and Quad HD at 330 Hz, this time with a 1 millisecond gray to gray response time. Also, VESA Display HDR 1000 certification and 99% DCI P3 coverage. Again, DisplayPort 2.1, two HDMI 2.1s, and that USB-C port with 90 watt power delivery. And one thing I did notice here is that this model and the other smaller 27-inch model, which we'll get to in just a moment, have a new stand style, similar flat base, but this new square stand. No real opinion on this yet, it's just different, so I thought I'd mention it. And this monitor also has all of the same AI technology here, upscaling from 1080p to 5K, scene optimization, AI sound. Again, I'm going to be digging more into these when I get my hands on these for the full review, because I want to try all of these monitors to see what they're actually like to really use and, not just what's shown here in the demos. And then we have what might be my favorite monitor from LG's new lineup, the all-new 52-inch model, the 52G930B. Now, this is a whopping 52-inch, but still 5K 2K, and they are telling me this is a VA panel. The document they sent me says it's an OLED panel. Others I've seen are saying it's an IPS panel, but LG have now triple confirmed this to me that this is a VA panel. I still thought it looked a bit like an OLED display when I saw it, so maybe that's complimenting how good their VA panel technology is. Now this runs at 5120 by 2160, so there's no tandem OLED here, so you don't benefit from the brighter colors and better protection against burn-in that you do on the OLEDs. And this model doesn't get the AI treatment either, so no 5K AI upscaling, scene optimization, or AI sounds, but this one is all about being immersed in a huge 5K 2K display in a 21:9 format, so it's not this ultra stretched image like with other 50+ inch displays. And they say they've actually sized this to fit on a desk like a typical 42-inch TV, which I know is also a popular option to just buy a TV and use that in place of a specific gaming monitor. This one has a fixed 240 Hz refresh rate. There's also no dual mode here, with a 1 millisecond gray to gray response time. Display HDR 600 with a 95% DCI P3 coverage. And this is the only model that only supports AMD's FreeSync. There is no NVIDIA G-Sync support here, which you do get across all the other models I checked out today. Again, one DisplayPort 2.1, two HDMI 2.1, and one USB-C with 90 watt power delivery. And so this is, they say, the world's largest 5K 2K 240 Hz gaming monitor. And I kind of love it, and I can't wait to get my hands on this thing, again, for both gaming and productivity. I think this is what a lot of companies are missing here when they focus on gaming, because I just know so many people who game at night but want something big and wide and high resolution for productivity during the daytime. Rounding off LG's 2026 lineup, we have the 27GX790B, which is a crazy fast 4th gen tandem OLED 1440p Quad HD display, which runs at 2560 by 1440. And when I say that it's fast, 540 Hz in 1440p and 720 Hz on HD. Both of these at 0.02 millisecond response time. So this is firmly like a hardcore competitive gaming monitor territory. And again, being a 4th gen tandem OLED, we get 1500 peak nits of brightness. There is VESA Display HDR True Black 500, 99.5% DCI P3. And again, the same one DisplayPort 2.1, two HDMI 2.1s, and a USB-C, but this one doesn't include power delivery. There is also a slightly larger 4K model at 32 inches, which wasn't on display for me to check out, but that might be worth looking at too. Now let's talk about those display ports, because LG have also made some improvements to their display stream compression, which is another hotly debated topic if you hang out on Reddit long enough. Now the 39-inch GX9, the 32-inch GX8, and the 27-inch GM9 all finally come with DisplayPort UHBR20, which provides the full 80 gigabits per second bandwidth, and it allows for full uncompressed 4K at 240Hz in HDR, as well as 8K at 120Hz in HDR, and then allows it to use a small amount of compression to do that 5K 2K at 240Hz. But that still leaves the 27-inch GX7 and the 52-inch G9, which are still both using UHBR 13.5. And then the other elephant in the room, let's call it, is that all the models I've checked out today are matte displays using LG's AGLR technology, which is anti-glare, low reflection technology. And to their credit, the matte coating isn't as strong as their competitors, and depending on which way you take that statement, means that even though these are matte coatings, they might not be far off their glossy competition. So all I know is my top tier gaming PC with a 5090, well, with the 5K gaming monitors this year, starting to look a little bit like it might need an upgrade. But at least for the meantime, with memory prices as they are, it looks like I will actually get to see how good the 5K AI upscaling actually is when I do my full reviews later this year. And providing LG can get these on sale quickly, I think these are going to sell very well. In fact, I'm still waiting for that bending 45-inch model from last year's CES. But do make sure to subscribe to see the full reviews as soon as they're available, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.